Hello everyone, this is Robyn with mypinkstamper.com, and I'm super excited for today's video. I'm sharing one of my most favorite stamp sets from the brand new catalog called Message in a Bottle. And I'm going to be making a fun card that I sent out to some of my customers this past week. So we will go ahead and jump right in, and I'm going to get started. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm using as I'm using it. Okay, the very first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be using basic black ink, and I'm going to be stamping this bottle right here from Message in a Bottle. I'm going to be stamping this just on a piece of a scrap Whisper White cardstock right here. So this is one of our clear photopolymer stamps, and I'm going to put it right here on one of our clear blocks. And this is the basic black ink. I'm just going to stamp it on here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whoops. Well, it does help if I don't throw it on the floor, doesn't it? Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the Pool Party ink pad, and I'm going to be pulling out what I'm using. I'm using the water right here at the bottom, and I'm grabbing one of our clear blocks. This is block C, and I'll open up my Pool Party ink. I'll get you in a little bit closer, and I'm just going to line this up at the bottom. There we go. And I have water at the bottom of my jar, of my bottle. This is Message in a Bottle. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is take our Dapper Denim ink pad, and I'm going to grab the whale right here, and I'm putting this on a block as well. This is a block C as well, and just going to ink this up. Make sure I got it nice and inked on here. Sorry, I can't see very well. There we go. I'm going to just have this in just a little bit in the water. Perfect. Set that aside. And now I'm using some of our Berry Burst. I'm using our Berry Burst ink pad, not some of it. And I'm going to use the little whale spout water right here with the heart on it. And I thought since it had the heart, I think it'd be fun to use our brand new Berry Burst ink. And I'm just going to have that coming out of the top right here. Ta-da! All right. Now I'm going to do a little hand cutting by Robyn. I'm going to use some of our paper snips. This does not have a die framelit stamp set. Our framelit set that works with it, so this is a really easy cut. I'm just going to cut around here, and I used this for my customer thank you cards. I had to cut quite a bit of these, but I was just watching one of my favorite TV shows. That's the best way to do it if you have to cut anything out. It's very therapeutic. I've been doing a lot more lately than I ever have before. So I'm just going to cut straight. These ones are super easy because they're just straight. And then it looks like it actually had a framelit that went with it, doesn't it? All right. Ta-da, I have my bottle. Now I'm going to pull out our Big Shot, and I am going to be using this a little bit on this card. This is our Stampin' Up! Big Shot, and this is what you use if you want to cut out shapes or if you want to dry emboss anything. I'm going to be using the oval from our stitched shaped framelits. It comes with a selection of circles, ovals, and squares that have the stitched look on it that is very in right now. And I'm using a piece of our Berry Burst cardstock. I'll run that through. And look at this. Ta-da! I've got a stitched shape, and I'll use that in just a second. Now I'm going to put on the multi-purpose flat platform that comes with your Big Shot machine, and I have a piece of our Pool Party cardstock. This is cut at what is it? Let me see just a minute. 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm using our new Ruffled Dynamic Impressions embossing folder. And I'm going to have it, this is actually, it's ruffled. You can use it for ribbons. I'm using it to kind of look like the sea a little bit in the background. And I'm going to put this right here on my multi-purpose platform with this cutting pad on top. Run it through. Set this aside. I won't need that anymore. And now I have a fun, deep impression. If you want this to get an even more, a deeper impression, you can spray it lightly with water before you run it through the Big Shot. Okay, so now we can put this all together. We have one more thing we're going to do. We're going to stamp, well, hello there, because it's a whale and you have to have punny sayings, right? It makes it whaley fun. I love doing the little puns. Okay, so I'm using Dapper Denim again. And I have another piece of our Whisper White. I could probably use a scrap from the other one if I wanted to. Okay, well, hello there. And I'm going to be using our classic label punch. I love this label punch. And I'm just going to turn it upside down, see where it's at, and then punch it. Totally easy peasy squeezy. Now we can put this card together. I'm going to pull out my Stampin trimmer, which is my best friend when I'm scrapbooking, paper crafting, card making. I can do boxes, I can do everything with this that I need to for my crafting needs. This has a cutting blade on one side and it has a scoring blade on the other. We're going to use the scoring blade on this because this is our thick Whisper White cardstock. And it is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm scoring it at 4 1/4 right there. It just gives me a little score. It makes it easier. Do you ever get that bumpy when you fold over cardstock? You get the really bumpy edges. Well, when you score it first and then you lightly use the bone folder, you're not going to get that as bad. Sometimes you might get it a little bit, but it's not a big deal. So now we can go ahead and start putting this together. I'm using our snail adhesive, and I'm going to be putting the adhesive on all 4 sides, and I'm going to put this on my Dapper Denim. The Dapper Denim cardstock is cut at 4 3/4, right? No. I think I did it wrong. No, 5 inches by 3 3/4. I am right. I'm saying these right. I'm just thinking in my head. Am I saying that right? All right, and this gives me a nice thick white border around it. Now I'm going to start putting this together. Now I'm using our regular Stampin' Dimensionals along with our brand new, if I can find them, our brand new mini baby dimensionals. They're so cute. They're like little babies, like little baby dimensionals. So I'm going to do 4 of these, and then I'm going to use 1 of the mini dimensionals right here. So now we don't have to cut them in half anymore. It's so nice. And they're the same price. You get, I think, $750 for $4. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. What am I doing? I don't want to do that yet. Okay, let me see if I've got this one right. Yes, that one's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove the backs off of these and put this right here. So beautiful. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our mini glue dots and I'm going to put a little one at the very end of the hello, well, hello there. And I'm going to tuck this behind here so it looks like that. And now I'm going to turn this around and now I'm going to put dimensionals on these again. So I'm going to do, oops, just 4 of these here, and then I'll do 2 of the minis. I already have 1 on there. I could have left the other one on, but I didn't. Okay. Peel the backing off. The backing's off. All right, and now we have our simple card here. This says, well, hello there. It's nice and summery and fun. Now everything you see from this video, everything pictured here, you can purchase directly from my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. I'll have all of the supplies used in the descriptions of this YouTube video and directly on my website, mypinkstamper.com. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.